and Scooper Jeff Snyder's independent news site, Sony reportedly scrapped most of Beyond the Spider-Verse for creative reasons. This film is unlikely to release before 2027.
That's insane, bro. 2027 is insane. That's where my problem comes up. Because it felt like they already had this shit ready and to go. Like we wouldn't be saying anything if it was just Beyond the Spider-Verse to be continued, and then they just ended like that. No, they gave us set time. But yeah, as y'all know, I am a huge Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse fan. It's probably one of my favorite freaking movies of all time. And yeah, man, Sony's gonna Sony, unfortunately. I'm so excited. I was so excited, but I knew we weren't gonna get that movie when they said they were gonna do it. 2024, which, hey guys, if you think about it, we'd be watching it right now. But everyone knew that wasn't gonna happen. What makes it worse is apparently we got delays, bro. Sony is gonna Sony. Instead, we're getting freaking Craven the Animal Activist and Battle Web. So, we're about to watch new Rockstar's detailed reasonings on what is going on in the delay. And honestly, I'm scared to even watch this because y'all don't understand. This movie, Beyond the Spider-Verse, I love this. And to hear that they're having issues with the actual writers and all that stuff from Across and Into, oh, it hurts my fucking heart. It hurts my heart. So maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, okay? Maybe it's not as bad. Let's check out what New Rockstars has to say. Before we do this, make sure y'all go and give a huge like to New Rockstars if you have not, which you probably have because I'm just a small fry in this thing. And hey, who am I, But by chance, if you have not, make sure you go give them a nice little subscribe, all right?
New Rockstars, I'm Jessica Clemens, and what the is happening with Lord and Miller and Sony's Beyond the Spider-Verse? Over the last couple of days, there have been scoops or rumors that Sony had scrapped most of the next Spider-Verse movie and alleged it would most likely not be released until 2027. This rightfully got the internet.
2027 is fucking crazy, dude. 2027, guys, y'all said it would be in 2024, which we knew damn well it wasn't going to happen in 2024, but 2025 was and now I could have done with 2025 because look, that was more understandable. 2027 is crazy, bro. Holy
internet in an uproar. Well, little evidence of what's happening now with the movie, but knowing what we know, it's understandable that people will form their own opinions about what's happening. We decided to piece together the events that have led up to this moment so you can better, form your own opinion and to help clear the air of confusion. Let's talk about what the is happening with Lord and Miller's Spider-Verse. For those that don't know, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are the filmmaking duo who worked behind some great iconic films and television staples such as the Lego movie franchise, 21 and 22 Jump Street, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and the television series The Last Man on Earth. They also produced Sony Pictures Animation's Academy Award-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which Lord also wrote on. After the success of 2018's Into the Spider-Verse, it was no surprise that the duo would later announce the sequel, dropping April 8th, 2022. The footage
Wait, April 8th, 2022? Wait.
would later announce the sequel, dropping April 8th, 2022. The footage
it dropped 2023, no? Anyways, what did they just say in this, right? They look, Across the Spider-Verse, the series part is like their most profitable thing that they've been producing in these last few years, right? Why is it even then? They could be the most profitable people and they are still getting shit from freaking Sony, bro. Sony grinds my gears so hard because, bro, why are y'all messing up a formula that already works? I don't get it.
Revealed for the sequel following the Brazil Comic-Con in December 2021, confirmed it would be called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, with the title revealing the film will be a two-part story. They just said that there was just too much story for one film, which is cool. Give me everything. I want everything. In April 2022 at CinemaCon, the studio announced the title of Part 2, titled Beyond the Spider-Verse. They also pushed the theatrical release from Across the Spider-Verse from October 7, 2022 to June 2nd, 2023. They also disclosed that Part 2 will be released on March 29th, 2024. This is coming to you from September 2024, and I'll tell you right now, we have not seen a single goddamn movie.
Dude, and the other thing they want to do, look, Instead of like getting into the studio and fucking getting this shit going, they have freaking little shorts going, dog. Like, I'm sorry. No. I don't want the freaking shorts. I don't that have nothing to do with the actual story. I want Beyond, okay?
Version.
Give them what they need, man. Lord and Miller, they've earned it. They've freaking earned it. Give them what they need. Give them what they asked for, and stop bugging them.
Mentioned that the production of Beyond the Spider-Verse, its sequel, had not changed, and there would be no way for it to release by March of 2024 due to the amount of work needed to finish.
But we pretty much knew that there was no way they're gonna get that out. Like, I don't know about you. You can let me know in the comments, but like, I personally, walking out of that movie, and as much as in awe as I was with the freaking movie, I knew damn well that was not about to be out in the next year. So now I knew that was not about to be out. Like, there was no way. There was no way they were doing that. But they wanted to push that lie. Like, brother.
Shit. Only a couple of days after that report did Lord and Miller discuss the new release window and say, just like we're going to take the time necessary to make Beyond the Spider-Verse great, and we won't back into a release date that doesn't fit. So we're now without a release date. Being confined to a release date creates pressure and unsafe working conditions to meet these deadlines. I know that it takes time to make an animated project because I actually worked for Bob's Burgers, and the steps took forever. There was a draft, then an open script table read for the folks to read and take notes to update the script. Then there was the VO sessions along with storyboarding, and the VO sessions itself was a dance to get everyone in on their scheduled time. Then there are the storyboard revisions and layout. Then there's the timers. This
is all good and stuff, and I'm glad that she's like, first of all, thank you to her, because it's cool to, like, she knows behind the scenes on all this stuff that happens. And it's cool to hear her perspective. I'm curious to see if she says something around the lines of, it wouldn't be that bad, though, if they didn't fucking come out acting like they already had this shit already pretty much done and had to just tie things up and ready for 2024. You know, that's where my problem comes up. Because it felt like they already had this shit ready and to go. Like, we wouldn't be saying anything if it was just Beyond the Spider-Verse to be continued, and then they just ended like that. No, they gave us set time, 2020. They said March, bro. 2024.
Bob's Burgers. Imagine the process for Beyond the Spider-Verse. Creating new characters and locations in a feature-length animated film using 6 different animation styles, not including the techniques used in 3D and 2D, and converting them from hand-drawn. Between story, execution, and delivery, this will take more than 9 months to a year. We have no new release date. In July 2023, Sony adjusted its release calendar. Beyond the Spider-Verse was removed indefinitely. Yeah, we got a release update, but not really the one.
So fucking annoying. Instead, we're getting Craven the Animal Activist and fucking
that we're looking for. According to a Sony source, the union's work stoppage orders prevented the voice cast from completing dialogue recordings in time for the spring opening. This all left us theorizing about the new release date, since we have yet to confirm a new one. December 2023, they said they were back in production after the strikes, and this is excellent news. But again, we know how long production in a movie like Spider-Verse will take. Then May 2024 came unsettling news when Sony Pictures CEO said the studio was exploring different opportunities to make its films less expensive and more efficient, primarily using AI, which, as we know, was a major issue following the 2023 Hollywood labor disputes. Miller responded to concerns that they use AI in Beyond Spider-Verse, saying that they would not use generative AI in the film, not now, not ever. Miller, this man, must come to our rescue whenever we freak out online. This is the 3rd time he had to. 3 months later, and everyone's still asking when for the new Spider-Verse movie. Corinne Sony mentions in an interview being slated to start recording in a few months, though the movie Beyond the Spider-Verse is in deep production. It's an animation, so it's different and takes a long time. All of this leads up to the elephant in the room that has happened this week. Since Scooper Jeff Snyder's independent news site, Sony reportedly scrapped most of Beyond the Spider-Verse for creative reasons. This film is unlikely to release before 2027.
That's insane, bro. 2027 is insane.
An insane
fuck Sony, bro. Oh my gosh.
Date, but with little to no positive updates, it's not an outlandish idea. Saying Sony reportedly scrapped most of the movie, keyword reportedly, could intuitively mean to people it's a hardened scoop. This is alleged from one person to another. We don't have evidence of their conversation or the source. According to Jeff's article, he said, I heard that Sony scrapped most of the Beyond the Spider-Verse for creative reasons, and because of that decision, the movie would unlikely debut before 2027 given the detailed animation it requires. Jeff's phrasing in the article and the post, he stresses that his verbiage never solidified anything. It was us that emotionally reacted and ran with it, which, sure, but come on. However, the internet doesn't care about that.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Hold on. What? Wait, 25?
That his verbiage never solidified anything. It was us that emotionally reacted and ran with it, which never solidified anything. Debut before 2027 given the detailed animation it requires. Jeff's phrasing in the article and the post, he stresses that his verbiage never solidified anything. It was us that emotionally reacted and ran with it, which, sure, but come on. How
do you oh my gosh. Jeff Snyder, man, I know nothing about the guy, but oh my god, he on that he on that like You're on that cowboy spin right there, bro.
However, the internet doesn't
I said it, but I didn't.
Now. We've got a laundry list of non-consequential updates for this film and harmful and poor working allegations from the last one. And understandably, there is a digital outcry and demand for reassurance that our favorite Spidey franchise is all good. That's when Daniel Pemberton, Spider-Verse composer, responds, "Don't really ever want to weigh in on this sort of stuff, but would you ever believe there could be sometimes stuff on the internet that might not always be particularly accurate?" This has so much weight behind it because this update isn't coming from someone who is required to comfort us, like a Sony exec or a producer or director. This is someone who arguably doesn't have to defend the franchise necessarily. He could have just walked away, but he said it. Daniel's tweet neither confirms nor denies what discussing film or Jeff suggested. Pemberton said, "Stuff on the internet that is not always particularly accurate." This doesn't debunk whether the film has been pushed past 2027 or if pieces have been scrapped. It just offers that everyone's reasons for outrage may not necessarily be true. To which Jeff Snyder sarcastically responds, "Got a hot casting story going up today, right after I call the film's composer to fact check it. Don't want the horns, don't mess with the bull, just shut the f up." It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. But it is kind of funny. At first, I would have heard.
Dude, I like her. She like. Here's what. Real quick. This is totally side note. A lot of these like YouTubers, they have this same monotone voice that annoys the absolute fuck out of me. It's just, yeah. Well, today on Jeff Snyder's Talk, 2027 is where we will be pushing the Across the Spider-Verse series. So I have heard, bro, that I immediately click off somebody's video if that's how the vibe is and the tone is. Immediately clicking off of it. I'm talking about the Goon, Dr. Goon. Okay, Josh. Yeah, monotone as fuck. This woman brings it. I love it. Just saying, she's great. Let's continue.
Heard Jeff out because I agree. Great. It takes animation long to finish things, let alone the highly detailed animated work.
Like, I am totally invested because partially her. Like, she's bringing this story. You know, I think
of the Spider-Verse movies, so it being pushed that far would never surprise me. Additionally, Across and Beyond the Spider-Verse was initially intended to be one movie, but then Beyond became two movies, so things might have, in a way, been scrapped. Also, I think it's good to note that I think Jeff has since apologized for his crashing out, so I think he learned. That's when producer Christopher Miller tweeted the same day, "Nothing has been scrapped, the reels are coming along nicely." So Jeff had been debunked by Chris Miller regarding things being scrapped. However, the semantics of the script being revised or scenes being removed are a different story that Jeff is defending. Additionally, Miller mentions that the reels coming along nicely, which is great. I think when he says reels, he's meaning the animatic aspect for animation. animation. This is like the moving storyboard. It's a really, really rough visual for sure, but it previews your animation. We'd get to see these at Bob's Burgers after storyboarding, but before it was sent overseas. And if all of these tweets from folks working on the Spider-Verse movies didn't give you enough hope, the next day, Samantha Estley, a story artist for Beyond the Spider-Verse, tweeted, "Checked with production today and can confirm nothing is scrapped. Everyone calm down," with a thumbs up emoji. They even followed it up with, "I was like, what the hell? Where's this coming from?" crying emoji. So it looks like nothing's been scrapped. You could argue Sony Animation wouldn't disclose this information to the story artist or composer anyway. And I'm not saying Jeff is wrong, and I'm definitely not saying Jeff is right. Personally, in this day and age of media and news publications, it's your job to find the sources and journalists and critics that you stand by or trust. I don't trust big news accounts predominantly sharing their news on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, or any other social media without being linked to a known journalist whose sources have a face. Still, Chris Miller reporting that nothing's been scrapped is a good signifier coming straight from the source. So as of right now, Sony or anyone else has yet to confirm a new release date. We could theorize 2025 or 2026, but that's disregarding the new Spider-Man news, another Spider-Man video game, if any, Spider-Man Noir, and the new Spider-Man animated series coming to Disney. It's fine to drop Beyond the Spider-Verse during another Spidey project, but it's easier and better for Sony to drop it as a standalone on its own time with its own little flowers. In all, we should just be happy that we know it's coming out regardless. Normally, I'd say let's not normalize 3 to 4 years between TV shows,
fucking facts,
seasons, and movies, but Beyond the Spider-Verse and a lot of heavy VFX, CGI, and animated works takes a long time. So let's wait patiently and find journalist sources and people we like the news for. Follow me at Lulu_Clemens. Get in the comments if you want to talk about the new Beyond the Spider-Verse. If we can't anticipate 2027, 2026, shoot, maybe it'll come.
All right. So, from what it sounds like, look, come on, Jeff. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? All this uproar, but the problem is there's still a problem. There is still no date, right? No date on which we should even think about expecting this, right? 2026, 2025, please be 2025 if that's what we're going to do. But we still have nothing. Instead, we have, and here's where my issue really still lies, is we have Sony still cooking up random shit that either shouldn't have ever been thought of or should be canceled. So that's where I need some clarification, because Madam Web came out, dog. Madam Web came out. Craven's coming out. Venom. I have no hope in any other Sony superhero project, well, quote unquote superhero project that they're doing, except for Spider-Verse. So my question is, why is that not the main thing they are focusing on? Throw all the assets as possible, everything you got, into making sure this is done well, but not to where, as just said, we're waiting fucking 4 years in between, bro. I don't want to wait 4 years in between to get this awesome story. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It one, kills the hype, and two, come on, bro, you promised. Like, the part of the problem is y'all promised it'd be out by now. Like, guys, for real, the way they acted like it, we were gonna get this movie and we would be watching it on streaming sites right now. That's how it seemed when we walked out of the theater. We all knew it was more than likely not gonna happen, because, guys, like, dude, we knew. But it's why even say that? Why even put that expectations on yourself? I'm assuming Sony probably did it then too, but geez, what is up? That's for Sony to freaking clear up as well. I digress. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, because dog, I want this movie. Beyond the Spider-Verse is my most anticipated movie that we don't have any type of knowledge of when it's coming out. It's sad. It's really sad. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later.